Enraged by an unprovoked assault, the Rotmire Creed have called for total extermination of the Horns of Hashut. This appeal for justice has been answered by a band of Chaos Legionnaires. Will these followers of Be'lakor prevail, or can Hashut and his thralls claim the day? Welcome to Mountainside Tabletop.
What's up, y'all? And this time we're back again with another Warcry Battle Report. Once again, I'm going to be playing my Horns of Hashut. They got slapped around last time, so let's see if they get slapped around again. If you've seen our most recent Warcry video, well, before this one, I guess, is this one the most recent now, as it's happening?
Yeah, the second most last one.
Yeah, well, if you've seen the one before this, I'm playing the exact same team. I've got 3 Shatterers, 5 Demolishers, 1 with the Flame Hurler and 1 with the Shield, and then I've got my Ruinator and Ruinator Alpha with Heavy Flail. I think we learned last time that the Flame Hurler is pretty strong, but I'm going to try and take advantage of some of the other tricks this team's got going on.
By now I've played against these guys enough to know that everyone can be a threat. The Demolishers all pack a pretty strong punch and can be surprisingly tanky. The Ruinator Alpha with his 2-inch range flail can also do a lot of damage to me. By positioning smartly, Brad can force me to spend a lot of my activation power on little small movements just to get my guys into range. Not to mention, he's got some pretty devastating abilities that let him basically run all over the map if he gets a kill. Also, I mentioned it in the last video, but this Flame Hurler's definitely got me scared. I have no range and not very much movement, and to face a 6-inch threat like that is pretty terrifying. Hey folks, Vic here. Today I'm going to be in control of the brand new Chaos Legionnaires warband. My force is going to be led by a Decuriart. How do you pronounce that?
Dude, I have no clue.
Decuriart.
Decuriart?
And a, oh god, here's another. Mutandor with Beast Spear. 3...
Yeah, you know, Mutandor.
Yeah.
He's a Pokemon, right?
3 Horn Helms with Steel Bite Axe, and 1 Horn Shield with an axe. Now, those doing the math at home are going to realize that this is only 785 points. And no, that's not because I'm just trying to give Brad a head start. I'm going to be using my Rotmire Creed Witherlord as an ally. The Witherlord is a really powerful warrior, and I'm going to have to rely pretty heavily on his 2-inch melee range.
This Mutandor is spicy. It's got big time damage, and it has a 5-inch move, which is faster than any other unit on the entire board. And also, the ability Headlong Charge can essentially let it use its full movement from 2 activations and still get an attack in. All of these guys are pretty tanky, but the leader in particular has 22 wounds and 5 toughness. That's gonna be pretty tough for me to bring down. Additionally, the Dark Pact ability gives this team a little bit of extra reach, and you know, it's just gonna be annoying. Of course, the Rotmire Witherlord is also going to be pretty annoying. I think the one saving grace here for me is that Vic's only going to have 7 guys on his team, and I'm going to have 10. The 3 extra bodies are really going to help me out, unless they just die.
I mean, once they hit the floor.
Yeah, once the bodies hit the floor. Alright, so next up we roll off, Vic wins, and he chooses to be the attacker. That leaves me as a defender, and I have to set up my battle groups. In my dagger, I have 1 Demolisher and 2 Shatterers. In my hammer, I have the Demolisher with the shield, the Ruinator Alpha, and 1 Shatterer. And in the shield group, I have the regular Ruinator, 2 regular Demolishers, and then, of course, the Demolisher with the Flame Hurler.
Alright, so I'm pretty worried about that Flame Hurler, so I'm going to put my 3 tankiest units, the leader and 2 Horn Helms, in my shield, hoping that their deployment will be close together and I could deal with them that way. In my hammer, I've got my Witherlord and my Mutandor, and in the dagger, I've just got the Horn Helm and Horn Shield that are left. For terrain, we've drawn a card which uses everything in the box except for 2 little pieces of scatter terrain. All of the large pieces are connected by a network of rope bridges. I'm really hoping that one of us gets a chance to cut the rope bridges. I absolutely love that new mechanic. The deployment will be knife to the back, which sets up like this. I won the relevant roll-off and selected the blue side.
The victory condition we've selected is the raid. Vic chose to be the attacker in the roll-off, so it's my job to set up 6 objectives. If Vic controls them, and none of my units are within 3 inches of them at the end of a round, he can burn them. If he burns 3 before the end of round 4, he wins. If I can hold off, I win.
The twist card we drew is called Check Out This Sick-Ass Merch. It says that you can head to the link in the description to get these 2 wicked shirts. For the secondary twist, we drew Rising Hatred. Whoever takes more casualties than the round before will gain an extra wild dice during the initiative phase. This is great for Brad since he has more disposable units.
Yeah, I'm expecting at least 500 million extra wild dice.
Yep.
That's pretty wild. One thing I actually really like about the new Warcry rules is that now you select whether you're attacker or defender before you know what the victory condition is. Since a lot of the victory conditions aren't really balanced, especially if you're not playing match play, this can lead to some really funky setups that you definitely would not have picked if you had known what you were getting yourself into.
Alright, well with all the bookkeeping out of the way, we set up our units and the battle begins.
Alright, so to start off the first battle round, we roll for initiative. Vic rolls 3 2s, a 4, a 5, and a 6, and I roll 2 2s, 2 4s, and 2 6s. This gives Vic initiative, so he uses his wild die first. He pumps up his single 6 to a double 6. Then I use my wild die to turn my double 6s into a triple 6. So after all is said and done, Vic retains the initiative and he goes first.
Alright, well with my first activation, I'm going to move my Desuriarch up onto this top platform and use Dark Pact on Brad's Flame Hurler. This isn't going to do enough damage to bring her down, but any damage I can do is worthwhile because it usually takes a few hits and that Flame Hurler can really ruin my afternoon. After the roll, only 2 wounds go through and I've spent my double 6s.
Easy game. Okay, I move my Ruinator to just cover the middle objective here.
Alright, now I'm just going to reposition this Horn Helm to the base of the big tree and start threatening some objectives.
Alright, next, you know what time it is. I got these triple 6s I gotta burn, so I'm gonna move up my Flame Hurler and then use
Engulfing flames of dark artifice.
I roll 6 dice and I deal 3 damage for each 4-up. And I deal 9 damage.
Alright, well now my Witherlord is going to pop out from behind this skull and control this bottom objective. I position him to interrupt any sort of charge Brad can make to try to contest this objective by the end of the turn.
Yeah, that's honestly fine. I'm kind of just going to give that one away for free anyway, but now I'm going to move my leader up and attack this Hornhelm. I'm also going to use my double 2s for Onslaught just because I really want to get as much damage in as early as possible. So with Onslaught, I'm rolling 5 dice and I'm hitting on 4s. And I hit absolutely 0 times. I whiff as and yeah, you're just not happening, man. Not happening. That really sucks and is demoralizing. GG, Victor. I lose. I surrender now.
Yeah, okay. Alright, now I'm going to move my other Horn Helm under the bridge to contest this close objective.
And I'm going to move up one of my Demolishers just closer to the central back objective.
Next, my Mutandor activates, and I use my triple 2s for the Rush ability, giving him 12 inches of movement. So now, he's going to gallop underneath this bridge towards the back objective, and as he's charging towards it, he bellows out a war cry that can be heard all across the battlefield.
Sup, y'all? Subscribe to this channel. It helps more than you can imagine.
Damn, that's crazy. You should probably listen to him.
Okay, well anyway, I'm just gonna move up a bunch of guys. First, one of my Demolishers is gonna move up and contest one of the objectives just over 2 inches from the Mutandor, so his 2-inch spear can't get at me. He'll have to move first. Also, the lady with the shield is gonna just move up and engage this Hornhelm, so he's gonna have a much harder time getting up to the platform up top. Also, this Shatterer has a bit too far to go, just normally moving, so I'm gonna pop my last double here on Rush and just get her around to block the objective from Vic.
Alright, so at the end of round 1, my Witherlord is going to burn this bottom right objective. Pretty happy to score 1 in the first round, only need to find 2 more.
Yeah, that was kind of for free though. I kind of just gave this to you so that I could reinforce all the other ones a little better, because I think trying to be greedy and go for all 6 is just a losing battle. I think, I got one big whiff on one attack, but overall, I'm not too unhappy with how this is going.
Yeah, same here. I mean, my strategy is to kind of just have as many threats spread out around the board as possible, kind of keeping an eye on every objective so that hopefully I can force Brad to spread his forces a bit thin, and then I can kind of pick off some troops where I can, and if I can end up with an activation advantage, I think I'm totally set.
And speaking of being spread too thin, this episode is brought to you by Rogaine. Just kidding, we're not. Okay, round 2.
Alright, in the initiative phase, I roll a 1, 2, a 4, a couple of 5s, and a 6. Brad rolls a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2 6s. We have the same number of singles, so we roll off for initiative, which Brad wins. He chooses to make a single 5 to confirm initiative, and I choose to bank my wild dice.
Okay, first up, my Flame Hurler is gonna do some shooting. No engulfing flames though. I had the option to make triple 6s, but I really felt like it was just gonna be better off if I got initiative. So I'm attacking Vic's leader. I'm hitting on 4s. But only one hit goes through. Vic has to make a falling test, but he passes. Then I attack again, and I'm gonna use my double 6s here for Merciless Cruelty. This means that for my next attack, I actually crit on 5s and 6s instead of just 6s. So I roll, but I absolutely get 0 crits and 0 hits, so I wasted my double 6s and I'm just not looking great.
Alright, next my leader is going to charge at the Flame Hurler using my double 5s for Rush. Take a swing with his big sword and get an absolutely terrible roll. Only 2 wounds go through and Brad saves the falling test.
Alright, well that makes me feel a little better at least. Alright, well next up, this Shatterer is gonna make 2 attacks at this Hornhelm. I'm hitting on 5s, but across the 2 attacks, only 1 crit goes through. 4 wounds total.
Alright, now my Witherlord is gonna head under this bridge and attack the Demolisher near this back objective. Looking for 4s here, get an extremely good roll. They all hit, that does 12 wounds, and I one-shot this guy. Yeah, that was huge. That was massive.
Okay, that feels really bad. I guess I just want to see what Victor's gonna do and save my important activations for closer to the end of the turn. So I'm just gonna move up this Shatterer so he can more easily access all the objectives later in the next turn.
Alright, next I'm gonna move this recently deployed Hornhelm about an inch and take a swing at Brad's Demolisher. A crit and 2 hits go through for 10 wounds.
Alright, well I'm just gonna fight this guy back. A crit and a hit go through for me, and that's 6 wounds.
Since my Witherlord took that objective, my Mutandor is kind of free to run around, so I'm going to move over and hit that same Demolisher. I only need 1 hit here, I do get it, and it brings him down.
Okay, I'm gonna move up this guy just to the center.
Alright, I'm going to move up this Horn Shield who was just deployed to help reinforce this back right objective with the Witherlord.
Alright, well I need to contest this objective, so my Ruinator is gonna run across the bridge and do a flying leap down. He manages to get on the point, but he takes 1 damage from his impact test.
Alright, now my Hornhelm is going to climb up this tall platform, but first I have to disengage from this Demolisher that's tying them up. That was a smart move from Brad, because otherwise I would have been able to just climb up and then charge at that Shatterer.
Alright, now my Demolisher with the shield is just gonna move to the back objective just to get on it so Vic can't have it.
Yeah, that Demolisher has toughness 5, so that's actually going to be a pretty tough one for me to take now. So I'm just going to double move this bottom Hornhelm up into the center.
And to finish out the round, I'm gonna move this Demolisher and my leader up into the center and just try and get better control of the map. Honestly, I kind of was a victim of some bad dice luck here, but I'm trying to keep my head up.
Yeah, I think, I wasn't able to burn any objectives that round, which is a shame, but I've got kind of 2 urgent threats on the map that Brad has to deal with, and then 3 kind of softer threats that he'll have to deal with eventually, so pretty happy with my position, and we'll see how it goes from here. Before we go on to the next round, we want to do a quick shout out to Skirmish Mats. What you're seeing us play on here is their swampland design. It's durable, beautiful, and a joy to play on.
They've given our community an affiliate link and promo code to use for 10% off any order. Buying one of these amazing mats through the link in the description is a great way to support this channel.
Now, Battle Round 3.
Okay, Battle Round 3, we roll off for initiative. Vic rolls a 1, 2 2s, a 3, and 2 5s. I roll 2 1s, a 2, a 3, and 2 5s.
We have the same number of singles, so we roll off for initiative, which Brad wins.
And I also get an extra wild dice because of the twist. Vic killed more guys than I killed of his. So this was a hard decision for me. I decided to use 1 die to upgrade my double 5s to a triple, and I also made a double 3. Then Vic used one of his wild dice to upgrade his double 5s to a triple 5 and banked the other one. So Vic goes first.
Alright, I'm going to activate my leader and use my double 2s for onslaught. This gives me an extra attack dice because I really want to make sure I take down this flame hurler. When I attack, Brad uses the universal reaction counter. So, when all's said and done, I kill the flame hurler and take 2 wounds of my own.
Also, everything almost falls over.
And by 2 wounds, I mean 3 wounds.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well I kind of saw that coming, but I'm going to use my leader and kill this guy. Well, I'll try and kill this guy. I'm going to use onslaught because I really want to kill this guy. Bruh, I roll so badly and I get 4 wounds. I didn't even kill this guy. Waste of onslaught. Big GG.
Alright, next my Witherlord is going to use lethal injection on this Ruinator. Only 1 success there, so that does 5 wounds, and next I'm going to double attack. It takes both rolls, but I do bring him down with just enough.
Yeah, it sucks when you're a horde team versus an elite team. Well, I guess I'm not a horde team, I'm like middle of the road. But it sucks when you're facing an elite team and then they outkill you and you just have no guys left. So, I'm gonna move this Shatterer up into the middle of this bridge to try and hold the top objective, see what I can do, but probably not much.
Alright, next I'm gonna move my Mutandor to hit this Demolisher, but before I do, Brad uses the Horns of Hashut reaction, Breath of Cinder and Smoke. Unfortunately, he rolls like and it doesn't go off.
Bruh.
And then when I attack, he uses the reaction counter. And so when all's said and done, I deal 2 wounds and take 3.
Easy. I'm winning, right?
Yeah, you're
just because of
winning.
that?
Yeah.
Alright, now this dude is gonna move up onto this platform to control this objective. And while I'm here, I may as well try and cut the rope. I only get 1 6, so the rope is damaged. 1 more 6 on another activation, and I can bring it down.
Alright, so now my Horn Helm is going to try to kill this Demolisher. Pretty unlikely strength 5 on toughness 5, but I go for it anyway, hitting on 4s. After the roll, only 1 hit goes through for 2 wounds. Not even close.
See, now Vic's getting bad rolls, and I'm doing a little better, but I think it's just too late. But anyway, I'm going to move up this Demolisher, and then I'm going to use the ability Ash Bomb. I actually think this ability is really good, and it's especially really good against high toughness teams like Vic's, but I don't know. It just didn't seem like I had the opportunity. I was using all my triples for Engulfing Flames. Anyway, it reduces his toughness by 1 and his attacks by 1. Then I make an attack, and 6 damage goes through. But he just has so much health on these guys, it just feels like, how can I even do anything? Like, 6 damage doesn't even do enough.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just not unto Dunkfest. Anywho.
What?
If onlys and justs were candies and nuts, then every day would be earned to Donkfest.
Alright, huge activation incoming here. My Hornhelm is going to move up and try to cut this bridge. If I successfully cut this bridge, I essentially win the game. I'm definitely going to burn the objective in the back right with my Witherlord, and if I can get rid of this one stupid little Shatterer on the bridge, none of Brad's units can test this one, and I'll burn it too. I have strength 5, so I only need 2 of these 3 dice to be 5-ups, and I win the game.
Are you serious, dude? This is absurd.
I'm sorry. huge roll.
Brutal.
The man falls, the bridge is gone, and Brad has no way to get up here to contest this objective.
Yeah, I concede.
At the end of this turn, I burned 2 objectives, and the game's over. That was a good game. That was a really good game.
Yeah, that was fun.
Man, I'm so thrilled that it ended that way. Of course, because I won, but also I think the rope bridge cutting mechanic is so sweet. And this is just like the ultimate Temple of Doom ending.
Yeah, that was good.
Who could ask for anything more? Also, man, my Witherlord, total MVP. Wasn't even actually part of my army, but he got 2 huge kills and burned 2 of the 3 objectives. I love that list building aspect of Warcry with allies and thralls and monsters. I think it's really neat.
Yeah, join our Discord and tell us all your sick list ideas.
Nice.
Link in the description. So, thanks for sticking around to the end, guys. Of course, we say it every time, but as we're trying to grow this channel and keep making videos like this, if you did enjoy this video, a like and a sub and a comment just goes a long way to helping us out. Like we mentioned before, we do have t-shirts for sale, link in the description. We do have an affiliate link for the sick mat we're using, affiliate link down in the description. What else should we plug? Our Discord.
Join our Discord. Come say what's up. Show us your sweet hobby stuff you're working on and chat with the nerds about all the cool skirmish games.
Yeah, and apart from that, we might have some exciting stuff coming in the next couple of weeks. We'll have to see. Stay tuned. Peace, y'all.